Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. This is an emergency. This is not a joke. I have been waiting 2 minutes to tell you this. A private investigator has been arrested. Open it quickly. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. This is an emergency. This is not a joke. I have been waiting exactly 2 minutes for your spirit to become still enough to hear this truth. And now you are ready. A private investigator has just been arrested, and your name was one of the first that surfaced during the search. You have no idea how close someone came to dragging your past through a tunnel. This investigator was not acting independently. There was someone behind them. Someone who has been quietly observing your every step for months now, hoping you would slip, hoping you would reveal something personal. They were not hired by a stranger. It was someone who knows your face. Someone who smiles in your direction. Someone who might have even broken bread with you. This message is not just a divine alert. It is a spiritual shield being formed right now around your life. The person who paid this investigator is deeply obsessed with knowing the truth about you. Not because you wronged them, but because your existence threatens theirs. Your light is too bright, and it blinds them. Your rise is too near, and it shakes them. So they found someone skilled, someone known in the underworld of information hunters. This private investigator was discreet, calculating, and ruthless. They took your name, traced your online movements, followed your contacts, dug into databases, looking for anything they could use. But heaven intervened before it could go any further. Archangel Michael says a divine interception occurred last night. As the investigator tried to access a restricted file, your spiritual protection code embedded by heaven itself blocked the attempt. Within seconds, authorities were alerted. When law enforcement stormed into his office, they found folders, audio devices, images, and one small envelope sealed with your name on it. That envelope contained information you never shared, secrets you thought were buried, and a printout of a conversation that happened in a private place. You must understand, the person who initiated this is not just trying to expose you. They are trying to silence your future. They are afraid of your influence, afraid of your voice. But this arrest is the divine line in the sand. There was a USB drive marked with a red sticker. Inside were notes, recordings, and transcripts, most of it encrypted, but one folder was not. It was labeled with one word: revenge. And before you go, there is one final thing I want to ask of you. If this message has confirmed what you have been quietly living for a long time, if it has named the strategy you never had language for, honor that with an act of faithfulness. Go to the link in the pinned comment below. Plant a seed. Give what your heart says to give. A coffee, a small offering, whatever feels right. Because what you sow into a mission that carries this kind of honest, grounding word to the next person who is still deciding between engaging and walking away returns to you as more of the very peace you have been protecting. And share this with someone you know who has been in the middle of chaos and needs to hear today that their yawn, their turned back, their quiet refusal to react, that was the move. The link is pinned, so keep building, keep growing, keep protecting your peace. Not because you want to prove anyone wrong, but because you finally understand that your energy is valuable, your time is precious, and your life deserves your full attention. God bless you. That is when authorities knew this was not just a case. It was personal, dangerous, and meant to destroy you. Heaven kept you from speaking to this person for a reason. You may have felt distance recently between you and someone close. You might have noticed their tone changed. Their eyes avoided yours. That was not by accident. It was their guilt trying to hide behind politeness. This investigator took photos from outside your home. They tried to follow your footsteps without being seen. In one image, you are standing under a streetlight, unaware. In another, you are simply laughing at your phone screen. But to someone trying to manipulate, these moments become weapons. You are about to be framed, not with lies, but with rearranged truths. They wanted to take real things and twist them so subtly that even those who love you would start to doubt. But now they are caught. The private investigator has refused to speak a word since his arrest, His silence has pout. And heaven tells me this silence is part of a deeper plan, because someone else, higher than him, is now nervous. The one who paid him is hiding, shaking. They never expected divine justice to step in so fast, but heaven works in patterns we do not always see. You need to be careful who you talk to in the coming hours. Someone may pretend they care, but they are just fishing for a reaction. Do not give it. Stay silent. Let heaven speak for you now. There is a name in the list of clients this investigator served. That name is connected to an organization that once betrayed you years ago. Do you see how this cycle is trying to return? But this time, Archangel Michael says, it ends with divine reversal. The enemy's plan is broken. Right now, as you read this, the angels are cleaning up digital traces, blocking back their access points to your private life. That is why you have been feeling unexpected fatigue, mental fog, sudden irritation. Spiritual interference was attempting to cross through. But the arrest triggered a firewall of divine code around your spirit. This is not paranoia. This is protection. You are not being overly cautious. You are being awakened. You may hear from someone in the next 24 hours who will randomly ask you about your past. They may casually mention a name, an old event, a location that holds emotional weight. Do not engage. That is part of the game. They are testing the waters to see if you know what just happened. But you are not just a bystander. You are chosen. And because of that, the truth must come out in divine timing, not on their schedule. So the private investigators' files are now in federal custody, and Archangel Michael says that very soon you may be asked to give a statement, not to defend yourself, but to confirm what heaven already knows. There is a letter that was never meant to reach you. It was written weeks ago by this investigator, a confession in case things went wrong. Inside, he reveals regret. He said, I knew I should not have taken this job. The moment I saw their photo, I felt something pure, but the money was too much. That letter is now sealed in evidence, and heaven will decide when it should be brought forward. You may have dreams in the next few days. Do not ignore them. Some of them will be clues, some will be warnings, but others will be messages of love, of celebration. Because your name has officially been cleared on a spiritual level, this situation will turn in your favor. You will not be the victim. You will be the testimony. I want to stop here with you for just a breath before the final points. You have stayed through every number, and that itself is the sustained focus being described throughout. This channel was built to reach people who have lived through chaos not once but many times, and who are still choosing growth over bitterness. If this message has been confirming that choice for you today, go to the link in the pinned comment below. Give what your heart says to give. A coffee, a small seed, anything your spirit directs. Because what you plant into a mission that carries this kind of honest, grounding truth to people who are still deciding between chaos and peace, comes back to you as more of the very strength you are reading about. The link is pinned. Give when your spirit says yes. Archangel Michael says this was never just about information. It was about trying to shake your foundation. But you stood, even without knowing what was being plotted. Now that the darkness has been exposed, you will start to feel a shift. The fog will lift. Clarity will come. People who distanced themselves will begin to return, one by one. Those who stayed silent may begin to apologize, but do not trust everyone immediately. Let heaven filter their hearts first. Wait, watch it. Listen, there is a call you will receive, an official one. It may come from a blocked number or a government line. Take it. It is not a scam, it is a confirmation. And after that, the real breakthrough begins. You will know a sudden favor in unexpected areas: finances, legal matters, relationships. Doors that were slammed shut without explanation will swing open. But remember, it happened only because you stayed aligned with the divine, not because of luck, but because of loyalty. Is with a test of trust, not in others, but in the higher force that has been guarding your path you passed. Archangel Michael says, the person who hired the investigator is now under spiritual judgment. Their next few days will be filled with restlessness, guilt, and exposure. They will not be able to hide for long. Heaven's hand is stretched out, and now your story is shifting. You were never meant to be spied on. You were meant to be celebrated. You were never supposed to live afraid. You were born to walk boldly into destiny. This arrest was not just a legal action. It was a heavenly warning. Anyone who tries to use darkness against a child of divine light will eventually fall into their own trap. So breathe. You are safe. The storm has passed. This was a coordinated effort designed to catch you off guard, to break your spirit, to rattle your peace. But because you have been chosen, no weapon formed in silence could succeed in secret. They thought you would not find out. They thought you had crumbled before the truth reached you. But the divine stepped in before the second phase of their plan could begin, and now they are scrambling to cover their tracks. Someone recently asked you a seemingly innocent question about your schedule or your location. That was not casual curiosity. It was planted, rehearsed. Their hope was to connect digital surveillance with real-time access to your routines. But the moment the private investigator was arrested, heaven removed the seed of confusion they had planted in your surroundings. You may have noticed the sudden stop in strange calls or mysterious numbers. This is not a coincidence. The spiritual locks have been changed. Right now, a document with your name is being reviewed by people in positions of high influence. This document contains not only what was collected, but also who tried to manipulate it. This is no longer just a private case. It is about to become a public protection matter. The person who hired the investigator did so under a false name, but their identity is unraveling faster than they anticipated. The arrest triggered a domino effect: emails, transaction logs, GPS data. All of it began to expose the puppet master. You are not powerless. You are protected. A man wearing a gray coat was spotted twice outside a building connected to you. Surveillance cameras captured his vehicle parked near the corner. Engine running. Phone in hand, he was not just waiting. He was listening, watching, aborting. And yet, each attempt was met with a divine wall, a spiritual interference. He could not get close enough. Not because of alarms or fences, but because your home had been spiritually sealed by archangelic presence. The day before the arrest, the investigator made one last call. It was brief. 17 seconds. He said only 5 words. I cannot do this anymore. Before we go into the second half of these truths, I want to pause here with you for just a moment. You are still reading, and that itself says something about the kind of sustained awareness being described. This channel was built to carry this kind of honest, grounding word to people who have lived through chaos and are still learning what their peace is actually worth. If this message has been naming that journey for you today, consider going to the link in the pinned comment below. Give what your heart freely offers. A coffee, a small seed, anything at all. Because what you plant into a mission that carries this kind of word to people who are still in the middle of choosing their peace returns to you as more of the very stillness being described. The link is pinned. Give when your spirit says yes. That call was recorded. That call changed everything. There is a woman connected to this too. She is the one who passed your details into the hands of the original client. You may have trusted her once, or maybe still do. But now her name hath been flagged in the investigator's personal journal as the source, he wrote. The woman said they would never suspect her. He is too close, too gentle, too trusted. But the divine sees what man hides. This is why the message reached you now, because the moment the walls collapsed on their secret, the heavens opened your spirit to truth. What they did in shadows is now standing in the brightness of judgment. You may be tempted to confront someone about this. This is not the season of arguments. It is the season of observation. Let them reveal themselves through panic and mistake. Let their guilt become their confession. Archangel Michael says, you are now in possession of divine intelligence, and with it comes spiritual responsibility. Guard your words. Guard your movements. Guard your access points. Physical, digital, emotional. They were watching for weakness, but instead they saw resilience. They saw a light they could not dim, no matter how much they tried to manipulate the atmosphere around you. And now, that light is growing stronger. A private message will come to you in the coming days. It will appear simple, possibly even unrelated. But look closer. There will be a word or phrase that confirms everything in this message. You will feel it in your soul. When that happens, do not be afraid. It is your confirmation. You may also notice dreams involved in a courtroom, papers being handed to you, or keys being passed. These are not random visions. They are spiritual previews of the justice and access that is now coming your way. The arrest was the divine strike. The exposure is only beginning. Your name will soon be cleared, both spiritually and where your character was doubted. Those who viewed you skeptically will now face the truth, and unexpected opportunities may arise. Initial news may spread quietly, but will gain momentum. Remain humble and trust the unfolding evidence. As the enemy has lost access to incriminating files, you are protected, and the orchestrator of your struggles will face both earthly and divine consequences for attempting to thwart your destiny. Archangel Michael urges you to remain alert yet peaceful. You are in a realm of divine immunity. Everything is shifting in your favor, as past attempts to tarnish your image are now nullified. The universe is aligning to restore your dignity, and those who distance themselves will feel the weight of their actions. You are poised to reclaim your narrative and authority. Expect changes in your circle, and the removal of what no longer serves your mission. The arrest of the investigator marks the beginning of cleansing, leading to your vindication. As truth emerges, you will be regarded with reverence as someone who overcame adversity, and your past misrepresentations will be transformed into a source of influence. From here on, you rise to reclaim your rightful place. They planned to trap you, but heaven intended to prepare you for an accelerated journey. Archangel Michael reveals that the truth is no longer subtle. It manifests powerfully, challenging what was concealed. The arrest of a private investigator signifies a critical spiritual shift, separating your past from your emerging self. The plotting parties underestimated you, mistaking silence for weakness while divine timing was at work. You were ready, and now paths that were once blocked have opened. Those who ignored you are now following your journey closely. They attempted to tarnish your name, but evidence will instead affirm your innocence, showcasing their jealousy and fear. Some recordings seized contain crucial information about silent observers, including someone still present in your life, a connection destined to change. Cleansing is imminent. Old devices may malfunction as spiritual surveillance dissipates. You are being prepared for significant opportunities and potential rewards, requiring wisdom in your choices. Archangel Michael emphasizes that your journey cannot be replicated, designed uniquely for you. As you move forward, do so with courage and clarity. The adversaries who conspired against you will be left bewildered, while you emerge as a beacon of victory and divine favor, ready to reclaim your rightful place in a transformative destiny. You are entering a new phase in life where past fears are being released. Expect sensations that signal energy shifts as divine fire clears what no longer serves you. This is your system adjusting to a new frequency, with unexpected coincidences and divine confirmations guiding you forward. Archangel Michael announces a transition from endurance to elevation, as investigators' findings reveal connections to others who faced similar challenges. You are the one chosen to break the cycle, and new allies, your divine tribe, will soon enter your life, amplifying your light. You will experience a season of divine recognition, offering support to others through spiritual leadership. The former investigators will face divine consequences, and transformations will occur, with former obstacles replaced by blessings arriving swiftly. As you discard items linked to past negativity, your environment will shift positively. Despite their attempts to capture your essence, your true spiritual identity remains untraceable. A reversal of roles is on the horizon. You will be elevated and recognized in spaces free from past sabotage. You will attract new opportunities and benefactors. But discernment is key, as not everyone deserves a place in your elevated life. You are now a movement, no longer defined by past investigations. If this is already landing somewhere real for you, I want you to take a moment right now. Like this video as your first act of agreement with what is being named. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that every message prepared for you finds you at the right moment. And go to the link in the pinned comment below. By sowing into this mission, you are helping carry this kind of word to others who are still in the middle of chaos, still learning that their peace is more powerful than any reaction. What you give comes back to you as more of the very calm being described. The link is pinned. Give when your spirit says yes and then stay, because there is still more ahead. A living testament to divine justice, Archangel Michael assures that attempts to revive any harmful plans will falter. The arrest of an investigator ignited a transformation. Past trails have been overwritten by divine intervention files and pictures, replaced with favor, power, and purpose. It is time to embrace a new phase of abundance and recompense, recovering not only lost relationships, money, and peace, but also time wasted. Heaven grants you protection and vindication, even in places where your name was not defended. Your past trials, dismissed as mere suffering, are now recognized by angels as proof of your grace and endurance. Every tear counted as your strength drained. A heavenly opportunity awaits, transforming delays into rapid progress, heralding unexpected alignments. Divine justice has unblocked your spiritual inheritance, forcing those who plotted against you to reveal their schemes. You will soon experience a breakthrough, feeling the weight of past battles lifting. Be prepared for a final test as someone reaches out unexpectedly. Do not engage. This is a moment of prophetic acceleration into a new realm free from past shadows. Embrace your elevated path, one marked by ease, empowerment, and divine favor. Your future is ready for you. The evidence manipulated against you will now testify against its creators, affirming your spiritual identity. This journey transcends legality. It reflects a prophecy over your life that cannot be delayed. The resistance you have faced stemmed from their fear of your true potential. Now knowledge of your purpose empowers you. The atmosphere around you is shifting. Some will distance themselves, while others will approach with reverence. Your aura is brighter, your movements aligned with divine rhythm. You possess newfound authority to speak and lead, free from the need for approval or validation. Your survival is proof, your peace is evidence, and you are becoming a guiding light for others. Your story will liberate those trapped in silence, revealing power instead of pain. Heaven has recorded every detail, ensuring your release from fear and lies, and you are filled with clarity and courage. As you embrace this transformation, be aware of upcoming key conversations and insightful dreams serving as guidance. Your identity is restored and your frequency is unique, uncopyable. The divine has intervened, making way for your remarkable rise, witnessed by those who once sought to undermine you. This is the beginning of a profound journey of spiritual awakening and victory.